You can create disease through the state of your mind. And if you can create it, you can uncreate it. That was it. That was the answer. My story with Dr. Joe begins in June 2018. I've had a lot of illness through my life. The prior 25 years, I had one thing or another, and I had gotten to a point where I was sure that I was doing it to myself. I didn't know how, and I was looking for answers, and an interview came through YouTube from a gentleman by the name of Tom Bilyeu, and he was interviewing this guy named Joe Dispenza. He was releasing a book, Becoming Supernatural, and they did a little clip, like an intro clip, and Dr. Joe says the hormones of stress basically deregulate your body and cause disease, and if you can do it to yourself, can you reverse it? And I was immediately hooked, watched the entire interview. When I finished, I bought Becoming Supernatural, I bought You Are the Placebo, I downloaded several meditations and began the work to see if I could heal. I didn't have any specific disease. I was just getting very, very sick as time progressed. And so I began the meditations. I started doing the blessing of the energy centers and the racing of the waters back to back. So every day for a year. A year and 2 months into my meditation work, I got diagnosed with stage 3C metastatic ovarian cancer. I had no choice but to do surgery because the tumor was really interfering with my life. So I had the surgery, and that's when the weirdness began. When they took all of my lady bits out, there was no cancer. The oncologist sent the tissues to 3 different pathologists to see what is going on because they just simply could not find any. But I still had the tumor, and the tumor was metastatic ovarian cancer. So in the year that I did Dr. Joe's work, I had eliminated the cancer from my ovaries, yet I still had the metastases. The doctor said that it's a rare form of ovarian cancer and that they could give me 3 years if I did treatment. And I said, no, I don't want treatment. I'm going to do my thing. The oncologist then began to give me various details as to how I was going to die within a year, getting tumors in my sternum and all over the place. They were going to be inoperable, and I was going to regret it. And I said, no, thank you. I'm okay. The oncologist obviously thought I was insane, but he agreed to continue tracking my progress, or my decline, as he expected. And I went home to basically continue the work. But at that point, I wasn't really looking to heal. I was trying to find peace because I had gotten to that point by living in terror every day. I had fear and anger and judgment, and I just did not like whom I was. I realized that I had been somebody that wasn't me. I grew up with a very devoted mother, but not a very loving person, and she structured me to the point where I was just mimicking another human being. I kept doing the work and reading Becoming Supernatural and becoming You Are the Placebo and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And in the process and in the meditations, I realized that I was mimicking my mother so much that I was even copying her voice because I kept coming to these roadblocks and I didn't know why I couldn't move forward. And Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself allowed me to understand that I had to find my true voice, my true sound, because I sounded just like my mother, but I don't look anything like her. So this structure shouldn't sound like somebody else's structure. 3 months after, I still had genetic material that basically showed that I had cancer still rattling around, even though they couldn't find any tumors. And he kept insisting that I was just going to develop tumors because of this material, these genes that are floating around, these mutations. Yet within the year of the surgery, the mutations had disappeared as well. So I downregulated those genes, upregulated some others, and he reluctantly told me that I was in remission. And that was in 2020. You can create disease through the state of your mind. And if you can create it, you can uncreate it. And from my perspective, since it was about disease and not understanding why I was perpetually sick, that was it. That was the answer.